So we're about 45, 46 minutes into the Phantom Menace, and we finally get to one of the things that when the Phantom Menace came out, it's pretty controversial.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And it is, there is no father for Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. Sure, me.
That's what she said.
If he'd been born in the Republic, we would have identified him early. The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear. Who was his father?
There was no father. I carried him, I gave birth, I raised him. I can't explain what happened. Can you help him?
I don't have a problem with that. I'm not one of those like raging fanboys. It's like, this is weird, you know. Yeah. And I'm not kind of in that kind of Christian mindset of like, oh no, only Jesus is like, you know, I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
But it does bring up a question for me.
Yeah.
With the story we're dealing with currently.
Yes.
So I have a question for you.
Oh.
Obviously, the character of Rey is quite special.
Mm-hmm.
Could she have been conceived without a father? And would that be something that they should do with this story when it concerns Rey? What do you think?
No, I'm just kidding. All right. No, I don't want that.
You don't?
No, I don't want that.
Why? Come on, spill it. Why? What's your hang up?
How much time do we have? Here's why I don't want that. I want Rey, I want that character of Rey to be powerful on her own, I think.
I see that, yeah.
I'm hesitant to go there because I guess people that don't like Rey aren't going to like her regardless of the backstory, right?
Sure.
But I want her to just kind of be a natural badass and not necessarily created by the Force. Like, we don't find out about Anakin till years down the road.
Yeah.
If we see that in Episode 9, okay.
What if Palpatine is involved with the creation of Rey? And that he manipulates the Force to bring her about?
Yeah.
Would you be okay with that?
I think that becomes more interesting from a perspective of it didn't work out the way he thought it was going to. So far as we know anyway, right? We don't know what's going to happen by the end of Episode 9.
I mean, because there's obviously the story thread with, you know, we see in the comic series where there's this hint, true or not, we don't know, but there's this hint that Palpatine somehow was involved with the creation of Anakin.
Right.
And that's not really been, like, hard confirmed, you know, like, yes. But that's been something out there. Fans and fandom has talked about that a little bit, both pro and con, for and against. But what if you bring Rey along, same kind of idea? There's no father, but there's something within the Force manipulating it.
I'll tell you. So this particular scene, you mentioned it in one of our earlier episodes, the audible groan in the audience.
The dinner scene,
This was not an audible groan for me personally, though.
Yeah.
Until we get to the M word. Midichlorians.
That's in a future episode,
yeah.
yes.
And so that's where I started to think, like, okay, this thing's going sideways. As far as, like, the virgin birth concept itself, I think that is steeped so much into whether you want to call it mythology or religious views or faith, like, however you want to throw the label on that.
Yeah.
People have something of a familiarity with that, regardless of their own personal belief systems. Like,
sure.
That story element is at least somewhat familiar to people.
Yeah.
So I think taking that, especially if we look at, like, the Hero of a Thousand Faces and Joseph Campbell's work, and I think that so much of that is taken ad nauseum from Joseph Campbell by Lucas. And so I think that this is an interesting part of the mythology that builds into Star Wars.
Yeah.
Do I want to see that with Rey? I don't know. I don't think so. Let me ask you this in response. If that's the case with Rey, does that diminish Anakin is
I
the
think that's
chosen
the
one,
question.
right?
Like, does that take away from
Yeah.
Chosen One prophecies?
Right.
Does that diminish the six films
Right.
that we have in the
Right.
prequel and original trilogy? I think it's dangerous. I mean,
Yeah.
you can, I'm sure you can tell that story and it'd be fine. But I find it your window of success is very small.
Right.
And I agree with you in some ways that Rey needs to be her own thing.
Yeah.
And her parents, whomever they may be, if they're nobody, junk dealers, or if there's something a little bit more going on, that needs to be unique to her.
Yeah.
Obviously, she is very, very special. There's some unique thing going on with her.
Right.
For her so quickly to be as powerful as someone with the heritage as Ben Solo Kylo Ren, right? So, I'm curious what they're going to do with it, and there's something sitting there. But this is one of those moments in the Phantom Menace where I think fans were like, "Oh, this is a little different," you know. But George Lucas is setting up this prophecy, this chosen one, this hero of the story, and I feel like it really adds to it in really good ways. And so I didn't have a problem with it. Again, we've been talking about Liam Neeson. We're like the fan club for Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
He's really good in this scene with August, the actress, where they're just kind of bouncing off each other, having this conversation. There's some looks. Like, Qui-Gon knows there's something going on.
Yes, he does.
And this is another reason why I think if he survived, he would come back and free the slaves.
Yes.
You know? Why not?
Why not?